Matt and Scott with Stout Sportsmen or Matt and Scott with Ghost Rods. So I mean, at this point, you have the unofficial like product tester title.
Right. The vice president of R&D.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
Research and design development. And
Yeah.
today we're actually going to introduce our first rod series, which is the skeleton series, and has that name. Kind of the whole ghost skeleton thing going on. But for the skeleton series, it's named this because it's the bare bone series. This is the $100 rod. This is the cheapest we're ever going to build, and everything that we build is based off of this rod. So we have the 4 different powers of rods with the actions that fit those powers the best. It gives you, if you bought the whole set, you'd have like the perfect starter kit for bass angling, for the most part. And you could also, you could use these for walleye.
Yeah, it'll cross over for walleye or some trout, stuff like that too.
Yeah, and I think the heavy rod you could even use for like, some carp and that, big catfish,
muskies, bigger stuff like that. Sure.
Yep. So without further ado, we're going to get into the different models, and then we're going to go through. There's a few themes to these rods, and we'll kind of go over all that kind of stuff. We're going to start first with the medium light, and I'm going to shrink Matt a little bit here. This is the 7-foot medium light ghost rods, and these are all black with gray. Very simple. They're, it fits. It's not catchy. It's not a color that somebody's gonna go, oh, that looks disgusting. It's not yellow. It's not yellow. It's not, pink for some people. But it's all black and gray. Those are all the rods. The medium light and the medium come with the. This is the Fuji style spinning grip. Kind of gets your hand in front of the reel.
That's with the EVA foam, correct?
Yep. And this is actually based off of a model that will probably come out next year, which Matt and I designed, is our 7.3 medium light fast action drop shot rod. So this is designed after that, but it's at a good price point. All of our rods will be at $100. If you buy a set of 4, I will make it, I think it's $380 with a t-shirt. So you get a t-shirt and $20 off if you buy 4 of them. Although it comes with just this handle, we can also do a regular style spinning handle. So you have a grip below and then a smaller grip. The foregrip is, like a 2-inch foregrip. We can do that also. But this is the style. And I think I've even gotten Matt to kind of like this style of spinning rod, where it gives you better contact, better feel, getting your hand in front of that reel.
And the adjuster for the reel seat on the bottom.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. These ones do not have the lock. Our 7.3 comes with a locking nut, so it never will come off. These do not have the locking nut. So the medium actually has a little bit bigger grip for a little, you're going to be fishing a heavier bait on these. This is a 1/4 to 3/4 ounce.
Bigger as in diameter or circumference.
Yeah, and this is a 17 millimeter. This is the 16 millimeter.
Okay.
A little bit of a difference. So the medium light goes to 1/2 ounce, 1/8 to 1/2 ounce, and the medium goes 1/4 to 3/4. So they do have a little crossover. I don't ever go below medium light because when you start getting into the light and ultralights, you're gonna get they're just time bombs ready to break on you. They're fun to fish, but I really don't want to sell somebody something that's gonna break.
Yeah.
These have a little better life to them. All of them have, well, the spinning rods will have the hook keeper on the bottom here. This is a drop shot type hook keeper. You can get the line through there if you want to just go through it, or you can just hook right to it.
Okay.
For all of the rods, we went with the Ssr Guides. These are the stainless steel guides. They are a little bit cheaper than the ceramic ones, but I find that for over half of the amount of weight reduction, these are pretty awesome to have. And I think you have a few of those, don't you?
Yeah, I think I have.
SSRs.
I want to say at least 2. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the SSRs give you a smaller guide but a bigger opening. So these, if you have the ceramic in there, I don't know if we can show them. There we go. The ceramic actually makes that opening a lot smaller.
Yeah.
This is actually the same size, but without the ceramic there, it gets a little smaller. And if you're using leader knots, they tend to they can catch up on you if you don't tie a good leader knot. So those are our 2 spinning rods. Like I said, you can get them if you want them in a different handle. We can do that. I don't think there'll be an extra charge for that, but if you just take a chance on this handle, I think you'd be pleasantly surprised.
Right.
So this is a medium light, and then there's a medium, moderate, fast. Anytime I build a rod and somebody doesn't know what they want, I build a medium, moderate, fast, because it's kind of the all-around rod. I think for a lot of people.
Now, when we did, when you built the 2 prototypes that we fished with, was it last July?
Yep.
Was yours also a medium light?
Yep.
Okay. Same one. And then I went with, I ended up doing wind grips, I think, on mine.
Yes.
But for your production series, you're just going to run the Fuji EVA. Okay.
Yep. So it's, those are all going to be EVA, and the wind grip would be the custom side of things. So if you want wind grips, awesome, we can do wind grips. We can do wind grips with that Fuji style, hand in front of the reel. We could do a wind grip for that, but it's extra money. So then we're building custom. But you're basically taking that $100 price point, and then you're adding on that extra wind grip price. If you want different color rod, then we're adding on a little bit more. Different. The thread isn't really much extra. I do a little bit just because I got the gray in bulk. So So we start with this $100 price point, and we can build up from there. So next we have again 7 foot. We can do shorter, but it's still going to be the same price. The price of blanks doesn't change that much with these blanks when you're going up and down. So here we have the 7 foot medium, heavy, moderate, fast, and this goes up to 1 ounce. Still same gray. This EVA has the gray in it too. Got the hook keeper in the front, and then the same SSR, but these are the casting guides. So instead of having the big spinning guides, you have the smaller casting guides.
Yeah. So you got a wrap above and below. Yep.
So this is a medium, heavy, moderate, fast, and it's going to be labeled as, but it's pretty stiff, and you could almost it almost is more of a fast, but it's going to be labeled moderate fast just because that's what the manufacturer of the blank labeled them.
I'll talk about a little bit about differences between like different blank manufacturers and like the ratings, and how there isn't necessarily a specific set rating.
Yeah, so it's a blessing and a curse all in one. The fishing industry, especially with rod building, doesn't really have any standards. The only standard, and it's not even that good of a standard, is the lure rating, which that's just a rating that the the maker of the blank put on it to say this rod can do this. So you could throw a heavier lure, but it's not made for that. And I think Matt had found that out last year when he tried to fish his jerkbait rod with deep diving crankbaits.
Right.
It wasn't made for that, and he saw how the tip decided to come off.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, the blank industry especially, there's no hard and fast different, like there's no standard of what's a medium heavy, and even fast, moderate. I mean, there is a little bit because you can see it in the rods. So this rod, when you bend it, a moderate fast is more in the tip section. So it'll stay more straight in the back section of the rod and have that bend in the tip section. That's why a lot of guys who do drop shot or jig rods, they have that fast action because it still has that stiff backbone to where you're going to have that extra power to set the hook.
Yeah.
As you go down the blank, moderate fast bends a little bit more. So when you're throwing a crankbait with the treble hooks, you want that rod to give in the middle more. But there's no like set to where that happens. So one company's fast could be one company's moderate fast. There's extra fast, and it just gets a little hairy. So I've got it down to where I have like 3 blank different manufacturers that I use, and I'm trying to stay in that realm to where I can keep control of it. I can order other special blanks, but I try to keep them in that section.
Because I know we've talked a couple of times. You've asked my opinion on, this one blank is a fast, but it actually acts more like a moderate fast. And you've asked my advice, and I said, you know what, just label them as that blank manufacturer labels them, and it takes everything off of you anyway. So
yep,
I think that's the way to go.
This green one back here is actually a medium fast, and it's the same company that makes the St. Croix rods. Their blanks have been known to be a little bit more giving, which some people like, some people don't like, but I like them.
And what is that rod for, anyways?
That's to come, but it's a little collaboration that we're doing with the Firing Pin, a gun shop in Bergen, New York, and those will be actually for sale at the Firing Pin along with some of these other rods as we go into. I guess this is the first time mentioning officially that we will have a display at their store where you can buy ghost rods, and there will be 5 of those for sale, which I'm not going to show any more of that, but they're going to be pretty tricked out.
All right, I don't know if I want to let the cat out of the bag.
But yeah, it's going to be cool. Yeah, all of it's based off of this skeleton series. Going from there. This is actually the heavy, 7-foot heavy. Looks just like the medium heavy, except for it can take to an ounce and a half. So a little bit more. I have one of these. It's a 7.2, but basically the same thing that Matt knows I love for frog fishing and for throwing deep crankbaits. You can throw an umbrella rig on it.
Yeah,
you can do a lot of things.
Gives you a lot of versatility. Basically, all you'd have to do, going from a deep crankbait to top water is, swap out your reel for some ratio specific.
Yep, that's exactly what I do. I have 2 reels, just flip it over, and you're good.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the $100 price point. It's the cheapest we're ever gonna do.
Sorry,
skeleton series.
Background.
That's a big boat going by your lake house.
Yeah.
Right?
Now it's cool out here, so we got a couple of the windows open.
Yeah, so $100 skeleton series, $100 a rod. You can contact us through Facebook, through our Facebook page. Check out our website. There's my email, or I will just do the. Maybe you can pause it and actually scan the QR code right there.
QR code,
but it's
if it comes in enough. And
ghostrods.com.
If you move your finger off of the bottom corner, there you go.
If this is the first time you're seeing this, then we do custom rod building. We do repairs. We sell t-shirts. What's that?
And cleaning.
Oh, yep. Rod cleaning. There's a lot of people that need that.
Honestly, it's actually a nice website, and there's a lot of pictures on there of fish catches. A lot from you guys and myself, and and whoever else. But they work. It's good stuff, and
yep. When I decided to go into business, I took everything out of my boat that wasn't made by me, and I haven't looked back.
Yeah.
And I will say I've only had one broken rod. That
Okay.
was the one I built for Gabe, and he snagged up. And like a impatient father, I grabbed the rod and gave it a yank, and yanked it way too far. Being an idiot.
Well, at least you were the one to break it.
Yep, I was the one that broke it, and I did something that you shouldn't do with a rod, so I high sticked it, broke it, and then I built him a new one.
Good.
So I will say with the rods I'm building now, we're going to be up to 81 rods.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's with the 10 that are being built now. So.
Okay, all right.
So we're getting to 100. I might do something cool when we get to 100. We'll see when that happens. And since we have already let the cat out of the bag, that we'll be working with the firing pin and have a display there. June 11th is Freedom Weekend. This is June 11th, 2022. Just so if you're watching this in the future, you're not planning anything for June 11th. They're in Virgin, New York at the firing pin. They're going to have a huge vendor event, especially if you're into guns. I believe we'll be the only fishing vendor there. We will have a booth, and there will be different raffles. I know they're raffling off some guns. They're raffling off different things, and we will also have a rod raffle for a Vietnam themed rod, which is currently being built. So come on out. We will probably be there most of the day. I believe it's like 9 to 5 or something.
Okay.
I don't know how long we'll be there actually, but if we leave early, that means we sold out of everything.
We sold out, or we're going fishing.
Yeah. Which we probably will on Sunday. But this is Saturday, June 11th. Come out and hang out with us. There will be pizza, beer. I think they're doing tacos. There's going to be crazy amounts of food, crazy amounts of American-loving gun toters.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
Well, as much as you can in the great state of New York, right?
Yeah. And I believe veterans drink for free. I believe that's free pizza and beer for them. So
good.
Hang out with us. Other than that, thanks for watching this video if you've gotten this far, and reach out to us. Definitely love talking rods, fishing rods and fishing in general.
Yeah.
I've actually had a father and son who came by just this last week on Friday, and I attempted to fix a rod and it was just broke too far up, and that didn't work. I put a tip on another rod for him, and ended up giving him selling him a few used rods. So got them back out fishing, and we talked fishing until I had to leave because I had to go pick up my son, and it was just like, hey guys, I'm sorry to cut this short. I'd love to keep talking, but we love talking fishing.
Yeah.
So Matt's planning to be there. I believe Kim's going to be there. Will Ann be there?
Let me see.
Coming up.
Are you going to go with us? June 11th? Saturday?
Didn't know about it, but I'm in.
Okay. I must not have mentioned that to her. But yeah.
I believe I have a job for her. She may be selling raffle tickets, but
Oh, I'm good at that.
Yeah.
We'll put you to work.
Yeah.
All right, guys, for Matt and Scott, we're out of here. Right? We're Stout. Something like that.
Stay stout. We are out.
Yep.